Now we are honored to welcome the President of Montenegro, His Excellency Jakov Milatović, to the ESG Adria Summit.
At the beginning, I would like to take the opportunity to greet you and express my satisfaction with the fact that the ESG Adria Summit, which is dedicated to the pillars of sustainability, namely ecology, social responsibility and good governance, is this year richer for two more of our neighbors from the region, namely Slovenia and Croatia, which implies that this initiative now extends far beyond the borders of the Western Balkans. That is why I owe a very special thanks to my guest of honor, the President of Slovenia, Ms. Nataša Pirc-Musar, dear Nataša, for taking the time to participate in the summit. Her presence has a special significance because Slovenia, in the regional as well as in a wider context, has achieved exceptional progress in this field of sustainable development and represents a good example as well as inspiration, if I may say so, for all the other participating countries of the summit. Dear Nataša, many thanks. My thanks also go to Ms. Federica Mogherini, Rector of the College of Europe and the former High Representative of the European Union for Foreign and Security Policy, and the Italian Foreign Minister, for accepting the invitation to visit our country and participate in the summit. Dear Federica, thank you for being with us today. Montenegro, the Bay of Kotor, and the beautiful town of Tivat are indeed the ideal environment for holding such an important event that gathers a large number of experts and leaders in the field of ecology, social responsible policy, and good corporate governance. The conversations, ideas, and comparative experiences that we will have the opportunity to hear in the next 2 days are immeasurably valuable to our country and give it a significant place on the sustainability map, at least of this part of Europe. As the Adria region, we look with pride at our rich natural and cultural heritage, but we need to be aware of the challenges we face in preserving the environment, improving social equality, and ensuring business transparency. Thus, ESG concept represents the foundations on which we should build a sustainable future of our region and our economies. It is the fact that climate change is changing the world as we know it. Our country and our region is no exception. And in the light of the ecological, energy, and economic crisis we are all facing, which recurrence is certain, it is necessary to clearly consider and focus on long-term sustainable development. I believe that as a region, we can work on the green transition and implement the European Green Plan more thoroughly. Nature itself facilitated and made the way possible for us because it selflessly gifted us with all the treasures. Thus, we are obliged to use them wisely and to educate future generations towards their preservation. And this is precisely why I believe that green economy, innovation, and sustainable tourism are the basis on which our country, as well as the neighboring countries, can build long-term economic stability and prosperity. The clean energy sector can be a leader in this field, and Montenegro has already made certain great steps in this regard. In addition, our strength lies in diversity, inclusiveness, and social responsibility. And I emphasize that fairness and equal opportunities should be the fundamental principles on which we build our society. Ensuring equal access to education, healthcare, and fair working conditions is key to building prosperous and stable, sustainable economy. Thus, we must be aware that in this field, both our country and the region need further reforms, starting with our education systems, healthcare, all the way to sustainable economic policies. 3 years ago, Montenegro took some initial steps through several important fiscal reforms, including the increase of minimum wage and minimum pension, as well as introduction of the progressive taxation. This was followed by a series of reforms in the field of social policy, which enabled a large number of citizens to feel the benefits from economic growth and have a better living standards. However, we must be aware that we have a long way to go to reach the European standards. That is why I invite you, whether you are decision makers, members of the business or academic community, to contribute to building a society in which every individual, and I repeat, every individual, will feel accepted, supported, and respected, where every individual will feel safe and equal in all spheres of life, without any discrimination. And last, but certainly not least, good corporate governance is not only a business obligation, but also a key factor for long-term success. It implies responsibility, respect for the law, and ethical behavior. Transparent, clear business policies, high-quality legal solutions, and monitoring mechanisms should in practice result in sustainable businesses. And with respect to corporate governance, our task is to put an end to the bad practices we have witnessed in the past. And only in this way can we gain the trust of our citizens in the system in relation to the state companies, as well as the trust of investors in the private sector. And that is why this should be the joint task of all relevant state authorities. Ladies and gentlemen, it is of crucial importance that we together consider the facts that the implementation of ESG standards is not just a mere form or a trend, but a clear determinant and a clear factor of our current and future actions towards the EU integration of Montenegro as well as of the Western Balkans. And these are the values that not only bring us closer to the EU, but also provide an opportunity for progress, growth, and the foundations of a prosperous and safe society. Thank you very much for your attention.